I am back. Told you I'd be. Dreadfully so. So, today I got a video for you guys. I got a package from Logan, or better known as the Metal and Beer Snob. So you guys know him from Wednesday nights on Heavy Metallurgy. He does the album club, so I think he's a good addition. I might have mentioned this before on this channel. So you can catch us live usually on Saturdays. We do the Saturday Slate crew, and he's part of the roster. Always good to have him around, and his cat showing its ass on camera. Literally. So finally getting around to it. He did send me this package quite a little while ago. So you know me, I am a timely person. Anybody who knows me personally knows me as a very timely person. I'll just leave it at that. So he basically sent me this box. Yeah, so I wasn't gonna waste too much time trying to do the opening process and all that stuff on camera. So we're gonna get just right to it. I'm known to be long-winded. So, but first, I didn't have anything from New Orleans, where Logan's based out of now. So he's in Louisiana. So I just have Jack and Coke for the night. Tennessee, close enough. It's the South. I'm a northern Yank, you know? So it's all South to me there. So cheers, Logan. And let's see what he brought in this box. I figured some of this may not be everybody's kind of taste. So just kind of give you guys a little ample warning. Some of this is sludge of the southern caliber. And not everything is, but most of it is. But stick around. It should be a fun time. Like a lot of us do when we send VCLT, there's usually a little note or something funny or quirky. This is no different. And so Logan sent me this. Cheers, Dreadful One. Thanks for all that you do for us here in Metal VC. Congrats on another successful 420 stream. Yes, we did a 420 stream this year. Did you guys check it out? Not enough of you guys did. For shame. And thank you for another year of inclusion in this spirit. Here's some sludge-oriented stuff for you. Enjoy the slow crushing riffage and hails. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Now, why would you get the idea that I partake in such things? You know, or anything that has to do with marijuana? I don't know. Maybe I leave clues around or something. Very odd, Logan. I don't know. Am I a pothead? Anyway, moving on. So, cool note. Thank you, Logan, for the war message and everything else. Always good to have you on board too with everything that you do, and you're a fun guy to just have around. I think in general, and you bring in some cool ideas and and great insight into the Metal VC here. So, yeah, he included some stickers and things and whatnot. But here's a strange one. He threw in this, and I don't know, is this a band or something? But it's like these turtles. It's like this nautical thing with the, just like the big one, right? There's the daddy here, or the mommy, however you want to look at it. And so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Maybe I'll, put it in another VCLT box and, move it forward, or or whatever. I'm just getting over an addiction. See, I don't know if you guys go through these YouTube rabbit holes, but I've gone through the how should I put it? I was addicted to videos of people removing barnacles off of sea turtles, and it was just so satisfying. It's kind of like when you watch people, pop pimples, and for some reason, I don't know, it just feels good when you see people finally get that relief. And when I see these poor sea turtles get these fucking creatures off their backs, barnacles are like the worst things in the world. I don't even know why they exist. They're like mosquitoes. Anywho, so let's move on to what he had in here. So he threw in a Strife CD, and this is a hardcore band. So this is Truth Through Defiance. And so this is unreleased and rare recordings. I did not recognize this one at all. Cool band. I don't know if so. Again, you see that Victory Records logo. You know, we're talking like '90s Victory Records. You know, this is they were putting out a lot of good shit at the time. So this is band. I believe they're based out of L.A. And there you go. So awesome. I think yeah, there's probably some tracks here I've never heard or versions of it. So this was a surprise edition in here. I was expecting pure sludge, but no, we got a Stripe CD. So you know, a little known fact. So I do have one of the full lengths, which is Witness a Rebirth, and Igor Cavallaro actually played drums on it. So for those who don't know, Igor Cavallaro can also play fucking hardcore. You know, with this, I believe they were doing something in Brazil, and he decided to kind of join the sessions for that album. I have two of their EPs. What is it? One is called Incision, and I forget what the other one is. But cool band of that caliber. I remember them from the '90s, and I think they're still around doing stuff. It's been a while since I tuned in. And then next up, it's a band that's new to me, and so far they don't have a full length. They are from Louisiana. I believe they're actually from New Orleans. And so he sent me a tape, band called Fauns, Fauns. I know because he sent me the sticker to go along with it. Logan's a complete package, you know. He sends you accessories too, and all this stuff. He wants you to be a fan. He makes sure you're got all the things to accommodate with it. And so here's the tape. And it's a little hard to make out here, but cool looking shell. And here we go. This is their EP from 2023 called Surcease, Fault and Falter. Love the look of that shell. I love the black and with the white ink treatments. And it came with this cool little print. It looks like it's silk screened. Fucking badass. This is a band that I feel like has a lot of potential. I only quickly briefed the first EP. I did check this one out. It's 2 tracks on this one. Very long tracks, should I say. We're talking like in the 12-minute range. Something kind of like that. And the way I would describe this sound, it's probably the most nightmarish thing here. It's so fucking eerie. It's got a lot of atmosphere, and it kind of keeps you sort of in this catatonic state. You know, imagine you guys remember that band Thor's Hammer? You know, from what is it, from Portland way back in the day, and put out by who was it that put that out? The guy in Sun, basically. The Jack and Coke can't be working on me that fast already. So take Thor's Hammer and add more of a post metal elements with more eerie atmosphere, kind of thrown in instead of just crushing, bludgeoning riffs. It's got more kind of elements to it. The vocals are really evil and brooding on top of it. I would say, although this falls more in the sludge category, it's got some death doom elements along with it. These guys are here to crush you for sure. There's a lot of just heaviness within this. So again, for an EP, you'll get through this within 22 minutes, 23 minutes, something like that. But really cool. I had no idea. This is some of the stuff that the locals would know about, but I had not known about this band. So thank you, Logan. Very crushing stuff, and looking forward to playing this again, man. If I want to spook my friends, as a matter of fact, this is the stuff you play at trick-or-treaters. And if you're running out of candy, just play this, man. You'll steer away from your house. And also included a Fawn's pin right here, which you can't even make out what that says. So here's a close-up. Yeah, once you're over 40, your eyes are just fucking done. You're not gonna be able to read any of this, like anything like this at all. Anything with small prints. So, Logan, I know you're not 40 yet, but you'll know what I'm talking about soon enough, dude. You'll see. So Fawn's awesome. It also included a band that I am familiar with, as a matter of fact. So this is a band also from New Orleans, as a matter of fact, called Harp, Haarp, right here. And it's called Filth, I believe. The Filth. It's called The Filth. Cool little digipack right here. And this was put out by Housecore Records. And so here's the actual disc. Cool stuff, man. As a matter of fact, I believe they have an EP and 2 full lengths. So this right here would be the first full length for Harp. And here's one I already owned, which is came in this cool little blue. Also on Housecore Records. And as a matter of fact, I'll be honest with you, it's been years since I spun this, so I don't remember a whole lot about it, actually. I think I bought this on a sale, on a whim. I can't remember the name of this, but basically this is the last thing they put out. This cover kind of reminds me of if you know that band Cormorants, the first EP they ever put out kind of has a similar look to it. It's crazy enough, it's just kind of like this desolate tree, just kind of hanging out there, So Harp is a band that's another one that's very crushing, very sludgy, very heavy. I almost, if I were to describe their sound, it's like take Crowbar, right? And Crowbar are very known Louisiana sludge bands. Kirk, and if you guys don't know, Gasmasks Hand Grenades just did it. Jeff just did an interview with Kirk when he went out to Pennsylvania. So I'll leave a link to that too, which I think it's definitely appropriate in this matter. But Harp, it's a band that, like I said, they're no longer active. But for the period they were active, it's like they take the ugliest, dirtiest, just most gritty parts of Crowbar and make entire albums of that part of Crowbar. Crowbar is already a lot like this, but take even just the most crushing, heaviest part of Crowbar and just make an entire band just from that sound. And you pretty much got Harp. My only criticism with this is that because this is just trying to kind of just bludgeon you, there's not so much to remember afterward. It's kind of like that follow-up album. There's not a whole lot I remember about it. This is one of those really bands you put on because you enjoy for the moments, for its time. But I don't imagine any walking away remembering a whole lot from it. You know what I mean? Other than it tried to fucking bludgeon you. It's kind of how this works with the band like this. They did do a split with Thou back in 2009, I believe it was. And what was it called? Reincarnation, Prayer. And, Thou is another band, from down there. And Thou has done collabs with everybody. If you guys know Thou, with anybody and everybody, they have done collabs. I mean, look, case in point. You see what I mean? Everybody has touched Thou. These guys were no difference. So, Harp, like I said, put out by Housecore Records, and right here. And for those of you who don't know, yes, it's Phil Anselmo's thing that he started. And, I got to give it up, for Phil because, he was, a lot of you will maybe arguably, but he one of the most popular metal bands in the world. Pantera was not a small thing to sneeze at. So coming from that side of the scene, and after everything kind of was done with Pantera, he kind of went back to the underground and went back to Louisiana and started this sort of underground label, and just to kind of help the scene in the underground that was kind of happening there. He didn't just sign up bands from New Orleans, he kind of signed up bands from other places too, and so it's cool that he was able to kind of just take that, you know, and give back in that kind of way. And you know, he's got his own bands on there too. You know, he moved on with Superjoint and other things along the way. All the housecore stuff at least has some kind of statement. Illegal downloading is killing music. So is harp. As a matter of fact, I think he does this with all the housecore stuff, if I'm not mistaken. This one's a little hard to read. As a matter of fact, this was a surprise because I was also thinking, like, what else do I have from Housecore Records? And he didn't give me this one, but this is one I had that I could just show just because it's on that same label. So if anybody who doesn't know Valhalla, this is the Red Planet album. And again, also put out by Housecore. Here we go. Illegal downloading is killing music. So is Housecore. And so if you guys don't know, this is our Norwegian band. So how they ended up on Housecore, I'm not quite sure where they found Phil Osamo. But Valhalla was a band that had a very known member by the name of Fenriz. Yeah, so Valhalla goes back almost as old as Dark Throne itself, and they released their first demo before Soulside Journey, and very weird and interesting project. It started out as a very doom-oriented kind of project, and they kind of started moving more towards this sort of psychedelic stoner kind of sound towards the 90s, and eventually they ended up on this last album here. They've since not doing a whole lot, and you guys know Fenriz. He doesn't really play live, so whenever this band plays, Fenriz is not involved. They got another drummer to kind of fill in for him when they play live, the guy from that band Obliteration. So Fenriz, it's the main name known here, so he is involved in their recordings, funny enough, including this one. But like I said, it's a very strange bird. This is kind of like, imagine Caius with a little Spirit Caravan, with even more psychedelic, you know, with the stoner elements, and it's just and just more experimental, and it just happens to be from Norway, you know. So crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. So what else did Logan throw in the box? And this would actually be the last item, and this is the big one, because man, I think this was the main reason why he sent this box. He felt like this is an album I should have and should check out. For you sludge fans, this will be very familiar. It was a very anticipated album, actually, if you've been following this band. And put out by Relapse earlier this year, back in March. I believe this dropped with a little fanfare. So this is Rwake. And this is The Return of Magic. And this is a band from, not from New Orleans. They're from Little Rock, Arkansas. Believe it or not. And this guy sent me a vinyl. He sent me a vinyl of this. And look at that artwork. This is just... I love the whole arrangement, of the art direction. Right, this kind of stuff, it kind of reminds me... If you know that band 16, it kind of reminds me of 16. The kind of stuff that he would do. I believe 16 is also on Relapse, which... actually would make sense. They probably had the same guy. I didn't even check if they had the same guy who did the artwork also do this. And really cool gatefold here. So here is that. And just so much to see here. It just admire. So flipping awesome, man. Nice heavier stock insert here. With the credits and whatnot, you know, and the actual variant here, because it is a double LP, and so Rwake, it's a band that took quite a bit of a hiatus. They formed back in '96, the same year that Through Silver and Blood, I believe, dropped. Came in this nice sort of really cool, like swirly, marbly, kind of orange copper. I think it might be a more appropriate name for this color, but man, that thing is a beauty. I mean, look at the label. Damn it, Logan. Dude, he really didn't have to, man. This is fucking amazing. But he knows where my tastes lie. He knows that I'm also a sludge guy, you know. So Thal is one of my favorite bands, you know, and them being a sludge band, but also very doom oriented. This album, though, may actually end up being on my year-end list. It's kind of I feel like they've made a huge leap and bounds since their last album. It's and the thing is that when I say the word sludge, if you haven't tuned out of this video already, is that it's a genre that's very hard, and I find even within the metal VC for a lot of people to get into. You know, it requires a bit of patience. There's a certain kind of energy that it has that I can understand why it's not for everybody. These guys are different. I really do think they are different. There's quite of what you call variances going on here that keeps things kind of interesting. You know, it's not kind of what harp is, which is kind of a little more. You know, what you hear is basically what you get pretty much the entire album. This right here, there's just so much to just replay value with this, because you just find new things in here. The musicianship has grown leaps and bounds. So for those of you who don't know, so this has members of Deadbird, and so Deadbird has been active. I believe 2 of the members from Deadbird here, and I could tell they were incorporating a lot of what they were already doing with Deadbird, and were able to incorporate some of those elements into this Rwake album. It's very clear because there's a lot more melodicism here. There's some more textures. It's even, dare I say, it's got some progginess to it. You know, I'm thinking the bands like the Atlas Moth. You know what I mean? Maybe not as epic as something like Mastodon, but it's ambitious. You know, it's got the dark, screamed, blackened style kind of vocals. You know, which, you know, kind of makes it ugly, you know, so it does kind of scratch that itch. But it's also got these loud, angry, which is singing, but it's really more like talking. It's like the spoken, it's almost like a chant, like the El Brujo witch doctor, you know, I mean, the Return of Magic, right? Kind of invoking spells on you. There's a sort of a eerie, you know, brouhaha kind of going on with this. And it's kind of the theme of the album. And I kind of wish more people would check this out, especially if you checked out Rwake in the past and you felt like it wasn't really your thing. I would say give this one a chance. It really does come out ahead, and there is quite of a, what do you call it, a new hint of energy and musicianship and things going on here that I think might pull you back in with this particular release here. It's a very strong sludge album. I mean, if I were to rate the top sludge albums of this year, I think this one should come out ahead. It is that good, and very, very interesting. So thank you, Logan, man. This was a surprise, and beautiful packaging. You know how Relapse does, and so I think it is top of the year worthy kind of material. You know, particularly for this genre. You know, if this is the kind of thing you're into, stoner, sludge, doom, you know, and if that's your palate, this one here has a lot to definitely, soak in. So it's going to require quite a few spins, but believe you me, you're going to find new things, you know, to kind of grasp at that you may not have noticed before. So very creative output here. Really good release. Congratulations, guys. Definitely scratch that itch, hits the spot, all that stuff. So, I'll leave you guys with that. So awesome. I didn't want to make this too long of a video. I already went long with it. Go figure, right? So, so cheers. And Logan, awesome as always, man. Check him out on his channel and his appearance on Wednesday nights and talking about everything and everything when it comes to metal, man. You never know what they're gonna pull and all that. And Logan's cats, his cat and his antics, both cats. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, just tune in. You'll see. So y'all keep it dreadful. It's been a fun one, and I'm gonna spend a little more time here in Louisiana. So the weather's cooling down, and I'm sure Logan appreciates that. Not a big fan of that sludgy heat, huh? I have been to New Orleans, and I definitely know what he's talking about. So, keep it dreadful. Catch you all later.